It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From American Airlines Center in Dallas. Tonight, the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Houston Rockets. Opening tip won by the Mavericks, and we're underway in Dallas. Brunson. Houston with the basketball. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To Hardaway. To Luka Doncic. Kenneth Faried snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harden in possession. Lead is 2. Brunson to Hardaway. Baseline drive. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Tucker to Harden. The drive right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
To Brunson. Count it.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
To Harden. To Paul. Screen coming. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Harden. His first effort off the mark. To Brunson. Doncic. Kenneth Faried rejects it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Mike D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups. Brunson to Hardaway. And the rebound by Nene. To Paul. Nene with the dunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Doncic to Brunson. Can't connect from in close.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Here comes the screen to Rivers. The shot rejected by Doncic.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Brunson. Rockets in control of the basketball. Tucker. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Paul to Rivers. For 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Brunson. Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Paul with it up top. They trail by 2. To P.J. Tucker. Nene. Here's CP3. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Here's a chance from long range. Luka Doncic, marked man. Shot altered and no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Deep 3. And a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We played one at American Airlines Center with the Mavericks on top. We're back with more after this. This is NBA Sunday on EA Sports. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Off the pro hop. Strong footwork.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Dallas has it. A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Paul. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. Doncic to Nowitzki. Has a chance, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul into the front court. Down 5. To Gerald Green. Tucker. To Paul. Runner here, won't go. Another follow, no good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
To Luka Doncic. Down the lane. The shot won't fall. The follow won't go either. Paul across the timeline. 5-point game. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Passed it off. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Here comes the screen. It's Paul for 2. Add 2 points to the board. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Trey Burke against Chris Paul. Lee. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. From long range. Not going down here. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Burke with it. Leads 5. Oh, emphatic slam.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And the Rockets have the rebound. Now Paul with the basketball. Right now, down 7. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. To P.J. Tucker. Trying to cash in. Missed that one. The defender was all over him.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Trey Burke. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Entering the game for the Dallas Mavericks, number 77.
Paul into the front court. They trail by 7. To Fareed. Paul down to Fareed. Shot from the lane won't go. Lee with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Luka Doncic. Here comes the screen. Doncic to Hardaway. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Nice setup. And it's Hardaway with the 3 off the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Nothing going here on that drive. Nowitzki with the rebound. Time expires to end the first half. It was a strong one for the Mavericks.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Mavericks didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Dallas Mavericks. The Rockets have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Field goals.
The Houston Rockets didn't make the best use of their shots in the first half. If they want to be competitive in this game, they need to find better looks. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. Paul was unable to find his shot through the first 2 quarters. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
Screen come on, he left.
Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away. Deep left corner. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Paul to Harden. Paul to Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second. Harden shoots. That's no good. From the outside, no good. Harden with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Man, that was a tough shot. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Houston takes over.
Hey, lock up.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Free throw good. A 3-point play. And they're back within single digits. Down by 9. Brunson to Luka Doncic. Has a look. Gets a shot up off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Brunson to Luka Doncic. Give him 2 points. High percentage. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. To Brunson. It's Fareed with the rebound. Harden with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
As a player, this doesn't always happen, but it's a beautiful thing when everybody is allowed to be on the same page. Scouting report is being executed, you're being efficient with your jump shooting, your passes are crisp, you're listening to the coach on the sideline, and everything is working your way. You have to really appreciate these type of moments in the game of basketball.
New blood coming in for both sides. Doncic. Doesn't get the bounce. Harden. Pass stolen by the Mavericks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Here comes the screen. Harden. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Brunson to Luka Doncic. To Lee. Screen coming. Lee. 4-3. Can't connect. Harden into the front court. Down 5. Beyond the arc for 3 with James Harden. Muscle memory. Gets it to go.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
17-footer at the buzzer. Add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the 4th quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the 3rd.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Nene with the rebound. To Harden. Can't connect. Harris with it. They lead it. 4-point game. To Lee. Here comes the screen. Lee. Here's Nowitzki down low. The shot almost. And counted at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Harris with it. The lead is 2. Courtney Lee, defended by Eric Gordon. has a chance. Tim Hardaway Jr. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Driving right to the basket. To Harden. Trying to cash in. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
The Mavericks signal for timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
I think everyone in this building knows it's going to come down to the last 2 minutes. This game is going to be won with who decides to really show up on the defensive end of the ball.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lee to Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Fareed. Here comes the screen. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Lee to Hardaway. Nowitzki. Dirk delivers. They've been trying to figure this guy out for 20 years, and it's still not working.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Here comes the screen. Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. Fires the 3. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Nowitzki to Hardaway. For 3, Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
Receive courtside seats and a halftime presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 17, P.J. Tucker.
Paul to Harden. to P.J. Tucker. Harden. Not that time. He misses. Out of bounds. Last touch by Courtney Lee. Paul with it up top. The deficit is 6. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Chance for Chris Paul. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul and a little over 20 seconds left to play.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Hardaway against Harden. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team. And at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
And he makes them both. Long heave from three-quarters court. The victory to the Mavericks as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
David Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Mavericks got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And more often than not, they were hitting the three when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Dallas Mavericks. The Rockets put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. 3-point shooting. Player of the game.
Doncic wasn't satisfied with just getting steals. He had to insist on getting a bunch of blocks as well. Now that's what I call defense. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.